developmental physician, and I've been thinking about this for quite a bit. So I wanted to come on and tell you a little bit about it. We've been discussing in my household, actually, emotional regulation in our children. And yesterday, I came to a realization that if myself and my husband don't have sometimes the emotional regulation when we get upset, when we choose to continue showing those emotions or reacting on those emotions, our kids who are young, toddlers, below the age of 4, also cannot be expected to regulate their own emotions. They're barely starting to have those feelings to begin with. And as parents, it's our duty and job to learn how to regulate ourselves so that we can support our kids and help them learn to regulate their emotions. But it is unrealistic to any kid who is below the age of 2 to 3 years old for them to fully regulate their emotions, to not throw tantrums, and to be able to regulate their emotions within seconds. Kids who are under 18 months of age, that is almost virtually non existent. There is no emotional regulation at that age. They're just starting to turn from survival mode into actual society, community mode. So they're just learning about their needs and their wants, and that they can actually claim what they want and protest what they don't want. So a 2 year old might start understanding that we need to breathe. We need to count to 10. These are great tools and techniques. I also suggest for 2 and up year olds to do a timeout in a positive light. What I mean by that is we all take a timeout. Mom needs a timeout as well. Let's all breathe together. Help me take my timeout and breathe. Or if you tell your kid to take the timeout, really at 2 to 3 years old, more than 10 seconds is not going to really help. So I typically say 3 breaths, count to 10 together, and that helps regulate. Another option, if you prefer touch or contact, is a hug where we breathe together and your child can feel how you're breathing, and you can tell your child to breathe with you as we count to 10, and that helps teach them that regulation physically, physiologically, to get their brain to calm down, their nervous system to calm down and come out of that tantrum. But for kids who are under 18 months of age, they're not going to understand that. They're barely starting to understand the world around them and recognize all the processes that are happening around them. So we can't really force them to stop having a tantrum. What we can do is lead by example. We can breathe, we can take a time out, we can choose not to react on our emotions and thoughts, and we can try to show them what it's like to regulate. I typically suggest at age below 18 months to actually use that contact. They're still reacting quite well for contact most of the time. So holding them, showing them I am here to regulate your emotions for you. I am holding space physically and emotionally for you because I can, because I'm an adult that can regulate my emotions most of the time. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm getting to a level that I can regulate my emotions most of the time. And for the parents who potentially think, well, they're one, they should be able to regulate their emotions. Well, do you regulate your emotions? And you're not one. Are you able to regulate your emotions all the time? The answer is probably not all the time. And really, as adults, we can't help but have thoughts or feelings, but we can definitely help our reaction or actions based on those feelings. So, as adults, we can go ahead and regulate our actions and reactions so then our children can model through that while we hold the emotional space for them when they don't have the capacity below the age of 18 months. And then when they do have the capacity, we can either hold the physical space and breathing them with them, so showing them how we breathe to kind of get rid of that emotional dysregulation and learn to regulate ourselves. Or we can all take a time out. We all count to 10. We all have 3 deep breaths. And that helps both the adult who's going through that emotional dysregulation and the child who is going through that emotional dysregulation. So these are all hopefully helpful tips for you. I just wanted to come in and talk about these, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.